Welcome to my world of no excuses.
3 years ago, she came here as a refuge with nothing, literally a suitcase, and now she knows people like Tim Storey and Donald Trump, and you've had all these opportunities, and I want to find out, how this all happened.
Because positive mindset, so I always see good things. Whatever happens, miracle mindset,
yeah.
I attract so many great people into my life. I think it's energy or my communication skills. I can be a rainbow in somebody's cloud.
Yeah.
My story can show the evidence of what is possible.
I think that's what this life is about, is to help other people.
One relationship can change your life forever. One podcast can change your life.
Hello, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Danielle K Show. I have an amazing guest, Karina Safarova, and her story is incredible. And you guys know my purpose in this podcast is to have powerful men and women share their stories of where they started and what they're really passionate about today. Karina has she is in the life coach space, but what you don't know about her is 3 years ago, she came here as a refuge with nothing, literally.
Nothing.
A suitcase, and now she knows people like Tim Storey and Donald Trump, and you've had all these opportunities, and I want to find out, how this all happened, and when you came here, how hard was that for you?
Well, it all happened in one blink of my eye.
Wow.
I had completely different plans. 4 years ago, I just opened my wellness business, longevity clinic in Ukraine. And life is very unpredictable,
right.
But I had a really massive shift in my mindset when it all happened. And
so you weren't even in the coaching space.
I've been in coaching space many years. When I lived in London, I started my career like 12 years ago. I started coaching and doing a lot of life-changing programs. But then I moved back to Ukraine, and I decided to open my business, like longevity and anti-aging. And then the war started. So it was I was very devastated and broken. But I never felt myself miserable. Never, because I was so full of awareness and mindfulness, and it brought so much gratitude into my life. So I had this massive shift in my beliefs, in my values. It was really very awakening.
Hey, you guys, it's Danielle K. White. Welcome to the Danielle K. White Show. On this podcast, what you can expect is anything from fashion, fitness, hair, and yes, even family. I'm the creator of Natural Beater Row hair extensions and Isla hand-tied hair. But what I'm really passionate about is sharing other people's stories, how they went from the pit to the peak, how entrepreneurs build the success that you see online today. So definitely tune into this podcast for a good story and a little bit of fashion and a little bit of hair and beauty mixed in.
What I've learned, money doesn't buy you happiness. It gives you convenience. Yes, it really can buy you many things you can be happy about, but you can lose everything in one moment.
Right.
But you can never lose yourself, your core values, your friends, your heart, especially when you're a very pure person and live with humanitarian heart and full of gratitude and awareness. So I have like hyper awareness now.
Did it feel just kind of like humbling, even though you were forced in that circumstance?
I was like, sometimes it's really good to be humble and vulnerable. So I never felt myself miserable, because for me, life is not about playing a victim or judging, or life is about just spreading love and light and kindness and moving on. For me, happiness is a progress.
Right.
For me, happiness, like so many people, they think that happiness is money or success or huge house. No, happiness is a progress. Is be better than you were yesterday. Be more knowledgeable, more impactful, more spiritual. Be more generous. I teach my students and clients to be more generous, to be more generous with your spirit, with your time, with your energy, with your knowledge. So it's all inside.
Right.
It's all inside.
So you were coaching prior to that, and then you kind of went back into the coaching space when you came to the U.S.?
Yes, I started coaching immediately. I still had some of my clients from London, and I had no friends. I didn't know anyone. I have no documents. Like I had no social security number.
Wow.
I couldn't rent an apartment because nobody wanted to deal with me. This Ukrainian refugee.
Yeah.
She has no documents. She cannot pay upfront because all my income was in Ukraine. So it was quite challenging, but so awakening, and it made me really softer and kinder and more mindful.
How did you do it? How did you start to turn things around? You know, you come here with nothing. How did you start to build your business and have success?
Because positive mindset, I can always see. So sometimes people see the water, the glass half full or half empty. I always see good things. So I said, okay, I'm in the United States. I still can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So I always see good things. Whatever happens, I always can find. I always say when I start my training or my webinar, I say, welcome to my world of no excuses. So my world of no excuses, because people have so many excuses or limiting beliefs, like I'm too old, it's too late. I'm 42. At 40, I just started living my best life in the United States.
Wow. I do believe like you kind of have to look at it, like you said, look at the glass half full, because in an instant something can be taken away from you.
And you know what helped me a lot, because before I started my spiritual journey, so I did all retreats of Joe Dispenza.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and from him I learned a lot about gratitude. So I always stick to this, like find many blessings in your life. Like I'm grateful for these opportunities. I'm grateful for even that I'm in the United States and somehow I came here and now I'm here. The best country with great, amazing people. And so my spiritual journey also helped me. All these retreats, all this, I lived even in Kopan Monastery, I did Vipassana, which is a silent retreat. So I was ready. It felt like I was ready for big challenges in my life. And what I learned, that bad times create strong people.
Right.
So challenges, they make us grow.
Stronger, exactly.
Stronger and better.
Exactly. When you're coaching your students, what do they come to you specifically for coaching? Just mindset coaching? And
No, not just mindset. I do tailor-made plan, like tailor-made coaching program for my VIP clients when it's one-to-one coaching. Sometimes it's very different requests.
how did you get in contact with, Donald Trump and some of these bigger names?
I don't know how I attract. It's like a miracle mindset.
Yeah.
I attract so many great people into my life. I think it's energy or my communication skills, or I'm very pure, like and very rare, I would say. And I think very big people, strong people, they feel your energy.
Yeah, you're gonna say
they feel that you are not fake. And I have this. I vibrate. I vibrate with these good frequencies. I'm very kind, very funny all the time, very down to earth. I have this very heartfelt, peaceful energy. It's very nice to be around me. So people somehow they trust me straight away, and I genuinely love them. I genuinely care about people. About my clients, I remember about each client everything. About his kids, about his wife, about her husband, because I also coach men and women and young people too. I'm so responsible and I'm so genuinely caring. I always say I'm proud of you, I believe in you, so I'm generous. I'm very generous.
You're authentic and you're cheerleading them
Very authentic. And I teach my clients to be authentic, to be more humble. The first, let your ego go. You need to let your ego, because people have a lot of ego. And this ego, it holds you.
Yeah.
So the first thing you need to do is work on your ego, to become more vulnerable, more humble, more down to earth.
Right.
Because there are so many people, they are seeking for too much validation. They need social proof. They need this, especially now. This social media, it's killing. It's so I teach to be I teach my daughter to be vulnerable, to be humble, to be kind, to be generous. She's my angel. And this is very important. And people forget about this. They chase wrong things. They chase money and success instead of chasing life full of fulfillment and pure joy of living.
Don't you believe too, when you can understand, that assignment, the money will come, because we're working on purpose. You're aligned with what you're supposed to be doing in this life.
I will tell you something funny. When I came here, I had no money, no friends. I lived in R&B. So I did my first training for women and students. And they knew already my story, so many students came to me and said, "What medications are you taking?"
Oh.
Like one student thought I'm taking some mushrooms.
Oh, because you're so happy. And
I'm like, I was smiling and happy and laughing. And they say, like, "Is she taking some medication?"
They're like, "I want some of what she's taking."
Yes, can you have prescription?
Can you share?
Yeah, so I was laughing so much because this is my attitude. Life is about attitude.
How do you ground yourself, though? Because I think that's very hard for people to do. They get so stuck in what's in the future that they forget to be present. Yeah.
That's so important.
Right.
To learn to be present and just release. And I never had an anxiety in my life. Never. I'm always very peaceful. I don't need even to ground myself.
You've always been this way?
Not really. No, of course I've been stressing. My first public speaking in London was awful. I completely forgot my speech. when I took mic, I thought it's like a snake. I was sweating. I was like, it was awful. But then, because I studied logotherapy, it's questioning yourself.
Yeah.
My next public speaking was better because I asked myself, okay, take a deep breath. What's the worst thing can happen?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And I said, okay, instead of worrying and being stressed, I will enjoy it. I will have fun with Mike when seeing these people. One life.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, too, with public speaking. It can be very scary, and it's something that you just have to get reps in doing it. And I also think, I love that you just said, like, what do you have to lose?
Exactly. This is magic question. I always, when I work with my clients with confidence, I give them this question. What you are losing? What's the worst thing can happen?
Right.
You will forget something, or it's like, just enjoy it. Be super present, and you said so brilliant words, being present, so important.
Yeah. When you're coaching your students, do you kind of coach them a little bit on everything, on how to like excel their business, or just like stay? It sounds like it's like keeping them,
body,
grounded.
mind, and soul. Body, mind, and soul. Because it's very important. Of course, life is choices and high quality decisions and attitude.
Right.
If you cannot change situation, you can always change your attitude.
Right.
And you need to learn how to make high quality decisions. And it's all about questioning yourself. So even when you wake up, you need to ask yourself, what is genuinely good for me, for my body? So I never party until late because it's not good for my body and there is no benefit. I hate staying late. I never go on these huge boats party here because I know I cannot leave.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm super organized and super disciplined. For me, it's going to bed very early. So I teach my students and clients to implement new attitude, new habits, like healthy habits, and questioning yourself.
Right.
So questioning yourself throughout the day. I give them special scripting diaries.
Okay.
And they start feeling this, because when you have journaling, you can see then after the progress you're making, and happiness is a progress. So you need to question yourself.
What questions would you ask yourself throughout the day? Is it just when you come and you feel like you're sad or not like progressing? What questions would somebody ask themselves throughout the day?
Is it good for me?
Oh.
Like even somebody tries to make me stress, I say to myself, it's not good for me.
Yeah.
Stress is bad for me because my body is my best friend. I teach also, make your body your best friend. So is it good for me, and what's next? And what's next should be always better. So when I get an offer or something, I first question,
ask about the consequence.
Yes, is it genuinely good for me? Do I need this?
Right.
What's the outcome?
Right.
So I watch my decisions, I watch my thoughts, and I speak for purpose, I pray for purpose, and I think for purpose. but I was not always like that.
Really? Well, it's interesting though. I do believe that if you are disciplined and that if you have habits, I believe that that's like when God will give you more opportunities because you show up every single day. Consistently, yes.
God will be great to you if you follow, Jesus is making your way. And if you live with this right core values, if you're doing right steps and you're on the right track, you put yourself into the right rooms.
Right.
So you need to know what is genuinely good for you.
Right.
What people, because there are so many toxic people now.
Right.
People have so many toxic relationships. Women, they just feel miserable being with wrong men, or there is no... there is not enough love and self-love and self-confidence. And also what is missing is really guidance. I advise everyone to have a coach.
Yeah. I was going to say, even coaches need coaches.
Yes.
They probably need coaches the most.
Even the most powerful person needs someone because you need to see yourself from the side.
Right.
And nobody makes it alone. The first ingredient in life is to find a teacher.
Right.
You always can there is always something new to learn.
Right.
Something you can always.
You're never done learning.
You can exactly. You can always rediscover your purpose.
Yes.
You can always redesign your life. You can
Yes.
always reinvent yourself. Like I reinvented myself.
Right.
And I had the best transformation. I had few transformations in my life. First one was when I came back from Kopan Monastery. I lived with monks.
Oh, wow.
I did a silent retreat,
That's what you're telling me.
So we
How long were you silent for?
15 days.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. First 2 days was like, oh my God, I want to leave. What
Yeah,
I'm
you're
doing
like
here.
so in your head.
Yeah, because you cannot talk. There is no connection there. They don't give you Wi-Fi.
Wow.
So first few days was like horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what am I
Go
doing
crazy
here?
in your mind.
And I paid huge money to go there.
Oh, wow.
And at the end, like I'm sleeping almost on the floor. In a very simple, they give you special outfits.
Yeah.
You wake up at 5 a.m. You start praying, very beautiful prayers, by the way, and meditate. That's it. And you have only bowls of rice and water. So it was, but in 5-6 days, it was the best days in my
Really?
life. I felt so much gratitude.
Yeah.
I felt so much peace, and I was literally like high.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and you probably would notice everything, like the birds chirping,
Birds,
like everything.
trees, like everything, like, and it's like you just start being super grateful.
Well, how often do you believe in life that the noise? You know, there's so much noise.
Yes,
it's
especially
hard
small
to.
talks.
Yes.
Especially small talks and too much noise now. Too much noise.
Even
People need to be more focused and healthy boundaries, especially for women.
Yes.
She needs to set her healthy boundaries.
You're a mom. You have a 19-year-old daughter.
Yes.
So tell me, how have you balanced, being a mom and then pursuing your passion? Because you've always kind of worked and been passionate about something.
My daughter, she is the light of my life, and she's a super smart girl. I teach her to be humble. She's very down to earth. She was in the best school in London, and she was in the best school in Switzerland, but she was never like a spoiled child.
Yeah.
And she already went to Africa twice, to Kenya with a charity mission, and she met these children, and she says, "Mom, it was so awakening." And she's very, very kind and pure. And she's my best friend. She was born in Switzerland, in Geneva.
Oh, okay. You've kind of lived and traveled a little bit of everywhere.
I would say that's why when I say I'm Ukrainian, I was born in Ukraine, but I spent most of my life in Europe.
Oh, okay.
And I went to London 15 years ago.
Okay.
So I lived 10 years in London. And then I moved back to Ukraine because I wanted to open this business, and my father unfortunately got very ill, and we were like business partners.
Oh, okay.
He was doctor. So, yeah, I don't feel myself Ukrainian. I don't have Ukrainian and Russian mentality.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have Ukrainian blood, but I don't feel like I'm Ukrainian.
Is your daughter's father, is he involved in any of this, or was that...
He's an amazing man, and he looks after my daughter. He was really amazing husband. But at some point, I decided to leave him and to stop our marriage when my daughter was 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Because I got married very young. I was 17 when I met him.
Oh, wow.
And I think you have to do right things at the right time.
Yeah.
So I was without this, I didn't enjoy my early ages. I wanted to study. I wanted to be a student. I remember our arguing when I wanted to go to Tony Robbins, and he said, no, why you need this sheet? And oh my God. I said, I want to go there. I want to grow.
Yeah.
And I lived very fancy, beautiful life with him. Thank you. Always say thank you that he did show me how it all works in this world. And I learned many things too early. And he gave me a great, great education. So it was good.
Yeah.
I respect him a lot, and he's a great man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you were into, Tony Robbins and this life coaching like a long time ago, before you moved here.
Yes.
I feel like that's something it's not, most people don't want to go into that path. What was it for you that wanted you to help people in that way? Was it just something that came very natural to you, that you kind of felt like called to help other people?
Calling, it was my inner calling. Because I did for myself session. Normally I do with my clients RTT, it's rapid transformational therapy, or it's surrender therapy. When you surrender what's happening in your life, we just embrace it. And Christmas method I use, and logotherapy is questioning. So I did all this on myself.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'm ready for new life, new chapter. And I'm ready to use all my knowledge, all this luggage I have, from being very spiritual, from all my education in London, which is neuroscience and neurophysiology. And I said to my life, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And it was like inner calling that I can be a rainbow in somebody's cloud.
Yeah.
My story can show the evidence of what is possible.
Right. I think too, that's what this life is about, is to help other people.
Yes. And it's such a great feeling. For me, when I open Amazon and see new review on my book, it's like I feel so much warm here, because my book,
it's helping people.
My book helped someone.
Yeah.
And these reviews, sometimes I have tears in my eyes. Or when people listen to my podcast, they send me a lot of messages in my Instagram. I'm not lazy. I read every single message. I reply myself. I don't never take my assistant say, can you please reply? I genuinely love people.
You like it.
I love them and I care about them.
What's the name of your book again?
My book is Transforming Lives.
Transforming Lives?
Yes, with love, tears, and laughter.
Oh, I love that. Well, how long ago did you write that?
3 years ago.
Oh, 3 years ago.
Yes, when and I'm so happy I wrote my book without ChatGPT.
Oh, I know, right?
It's crazy. Now everybody is a writer.
Yes.
So I'm so happy that I did my book. I wrote it before.
You did the work.
Yes, and it's really, you feel life. You feel it's like...
Yes, you feel the energy transfer.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is your book primarily about?
How you can transform your life from pain to purpose, about mindset, I give in my book a lot of mastery tools, and it's like self-help book.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that it's helping to make so many people. And I just in the morning I wake up and I go to Amazon every morning. I'm checking my podcast.
Do you have it on audio too?
No, not yet.
You should
It's
do
a
it
good
on audio.
idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
I go for walks a lot, and I love listening to different books.
But I
and
have
stuff.
podcast.
Yeah. So you
I
do.
have podcast Life Makeover, how to redesign your life, how to live your best life, how to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And I invite very nice guests because it's all about sharing your knowledge and deep enhancing conversation. One relationship can change your life forever. One podcast can change your life.
Well, it's all about, connecting. I was telling my husband, I've had this podcast for 7 years, and then last year I felt this prompt to revamp my podcast and invite, powerful women and entrepreneurs on. And I just got this feeling that, God was going to bring people into my life and connections to open up more doors and opportunities,
yes,
you know.
I tell you, one person, one relationship can change your life.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? And right question also can save your life.
Right.
Right strategy, right question can change your life like
It's
this.
true. It's true.
Very important in your life with what questions you live here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, people chase wrong things.
Yeah.
They need to chase life full of fulfillment, and they chase success. They chase this success which is all about fancy things. I always say, do not invest into fancy vacations, fancy, like invest into relationships, invest in your education, invest in very thriving, interesting business, like how to be more impactful.
I love that you said like ask more questions, because I think a lot of times in life people assume, well, I can't have this or I can't do this, and it's like, well, why?
What is your why?
Yeah, well, but why are you telling yourself that?
Yes.
Is it because of how you were raised, your culture? Like, why is that?
What is your why is a standard number one question. When you know your why, you will figure out how.
That's one thing that's helped me and my husband a lot in our life and in our journey is, you know, those limiting beliefs, and then you're like, but why can't I create that for myself?
You can do anything is possible.
Yeah, and you don't actually have to have a roadmap necessarily. You just kind of have to have the faith and the willingness to go.
Feed your face. I always say, feed your face. So face, family, friends.
Right.
Like focus. I have my rule S. Rule E and rule F. So F is like face, family, friends.
Oh, I love that.
And focus.
Yeah.
Rule S is a smile, see, sport, sun, what makes you happy. It's very simple.
Right.
And rule E is excitement and engagement. Like, I mean, to be engaged with something interesting.
Right.
So I use this Christmas method. Create things you look forward to.
Okay.
Because I had some very, very wealthy, powerful clients in London, and they were so miserable.
I know. Isn't that?
They were so. It was the most unhappy people.
It's that money can't buy happiness.
They have their own private jets, their boats, yachts. They were the most unhappy men I've ever met.
Wow. And would you help coach them to try to get them out of it?
Of course. Straight away. Rediscover your purpose.
Yeah.
Simple things like new hobbies. Something I created for them, new things. I created for them new experiences, new memories, like new emotions.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's what's crazy is even my husband and I, why we moved here, we had bought our dream home in California and had our dream cars and everything. And I looked at him and I was like, you can take, it doesn't matter. Yes. I said, it doesn't matter if you're not fulfilling on your purpose. And that's actually what led us to Miami is we just felt that we were kind of being called this direction, and that we would kind of figure out the path when we got here. And it's interesting, we've only been here for 6 months, but just the people we're meeting, it's like, it just feels like we're on the right track, you know. And my husband has the same thing. He coaches men. He has a coaching program called Wake Up Warrior. He's kind of a life coach, but specifically for men. And he says the same thing. He has so many wealthy clients that are just miserable, and they end up self-sabotaging or cheating or having addictions and all these things. And they need to come back to this place of like what you're teaching right now, which is you can have the success and all these things, but like, what is your true purpose of being here?
True, like, what is this pure joy of living?
Yes. When you do your, because you do a lot of speaking now too as well.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to speak on stage about?
Transformational things, how to reinvent yourself, redesign your life, and sharing these strategies. Like I give mastery tools.
Okay.
What habits you need to implement into your life, what you need to change straight away, immediately. You start living your life differently.
Right.
And my passion, I can talk. If you wake me up during the night, I will start talking about longevity and wellness. Because I'm obsessed with this idea how to reverse biological clock.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yes.
Because I love beauty and wellness, and me and my husband, we take very good care of ourselves, but I still feel like there's technology that we don't know about.
Yes, and I do non-stop research. I do this. All my friends, they're doctors.
Okay.
So I do non-stop Zooms and brainstorming meetings because we follow new trends, new technologies.
Right.
I always know what's coming out and what is really good. And I keep, I create protocols, like especially for men and women. Women like all about hormones. Like I have Superman protocol. I have anti-aging protocol. I have diploma of nutritionist. So that's why I always say the food is your medicine. You are what you eat.
Right.
Yes. So the food can be like very healing. I wrote a book. Like about herbal medicine, because I'm also holistic practitioner. Yes, and not all about naturopathy and all these herbs, how you can heal yourself. And I'm for preventive medicine.
Yeah,
it's better to prevent than when you already feel bad. It's last call. You can prevent so many diseases,
so many things
with right nutrition plan.
Right.
So there are 6 pillars. I will do a very quick. Let's imagine I do public speaking now. So there are 6 pillars on our health. The first one is nutrition, food. The food is your medicine.
Wow.
So you need to watch what you eat. A lot of super greens, a lot of like nutritional stuff, a lot of great like green. Like greens are so important. My teacher was David Avocado Wolfe, which is he wrote an amazing book and he got so many these recipes. So the food, watch what you eat. It's like it's super important. It's number one. And quality water. Never drink tap water, only water quality from glasses. And I have my always water, like altitude, for example. And this is number one. The second one, move your body, make your body your best friend. So you should be stretching. Walking is very good. Walking is much better than just jogging. And yoga, Pilates, whatever, swimming. Just move your body as much as you can, because it's good for lymphatic system. The third is sleep. Very important to have quality sleep. On a quality pillow, on a quality, so like it's super important, and enough hours. Because when you do not receive enough melatonin.
How many hours do you think we need to sleep? Because it's still 8?
It's very individual. All my clients, they have this Aura ring, Aura ring. So it shows the best for you. So you ideally, some of my clients, they need 5 hours. Our president, Donald Trump, he sleeps only 5 hours.
I know.
Yes. And some people need more. It's very individual.
Depends on the quality of your sleep.
Yes. It depends also on your hormones. Because some people, they have very high cortisol, very high iron. I have very high iron. And I'm so full of energy all the time. I'm lucky, but also it's coming from different practices.
Right. Well, you take care of yourself.
I work with energy a lot.
Yes.
Kundalini awakening and Kundalini opening chakras with my aura. So the fourth, stress management. You need to know your emergency protocol when you have stress or bad news, or you need to know how to calm down. And it shouldn't be a pill or Xanax, or a glass of red wine. It should be natural. It should be either meditation, either, I don't know, walking your dog, either just distracting your mind, but it should be supernatural. It should be your emergency protocol. And the 5 is a substance. So control, like no alcohol, no drugs, no bad things, harmful things. Also supplements. It's not. I advise supplements only when I saw blood work.
Okay.
Because sometimes too many supplements.
It can be bad.
It can be bad for you. People start doing these stem cells without evaluating your blood work. It's horrible, because even if you have little tumor, it can grow.
Yeah.
So substance, yes. Supplements. What you take?
It's funny. I saw on one of your videos you like doTERRA. Do you like doTERRA products?
Yes, I use them for when I do my Kundalini oils. Yes, I do yoga with doTERRA oils, and I do all my Kundalini sessions with doTERRA oils, like for heart opening. And with special crystals. I bought them in Sedona. I charged them. So I have my own. Many protocols.
Yeah, I don't take a ton of supplements. People ask me. I take the doTERRA. They have like a vitality pack.
Yes.
And I take vitamin C.
Frankincense is good.
Yeah,
doTERRA
okay.
frankincense is the best. You can even have it a little bit on your tongue.
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe though when you said like you have too many supplements, because I've had my blood work done and they're like, what are you taking? I'm like, I don't know, too many things. So I
Not-
kind of
not
simplified and my blood work came back better.
Yes.
So I was like, well,
and
I
people
guess-
are going crazy. They
Yeah.
start doing this NAD IV drips. They start doing this. They get obsessed with this because they desperately want to be young, and it's good. It's good because what I notice, people become more spiritual now and become more healthy.
Well, you have beautiful skin. What do you do to take
Thank
care of
you.
your skin?
Oh, I have. There is nothing expensive on my face.
Really?
Nothing. So I do.
My women audience will love this, and we're gonna need to now have
it's
you
like,
share.
Yeah, it's like low budget.
Yeah.
So I glow from inside. But what
Happy people, they look healthier.
always.
Yeah.
And it's not about the age even. So I buy. I used to grow in my own house in Ukraine and London also aloe vera leaves.
Oh, okay.
So I buy here in Milan. So like I order on a green farm aloe vera leaves.
Yeah.
I peel them, and what's inside it is gelée. It looks like
Aloe vera.
jellyfish.
Yeah, yeah.
My daughter says, "Mom, it looks disgusting." So I do it in blender. I do the cocktail
okay.
anti-aging. I drink it on empty stomach. I pure coconut water without sugar, aloe vera like a piece, and some lime or lemon. And the peel, I don't throw it. The peel I take on my skin.
Oh, wow.
It's the best anti-aging. Yeah, so what's inside I take inside, and the peel I use for my hands.
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to put on the show notes those exact ingredients.
Yes, like I share a lot in my stories all
wow.
the time. And so many girls and women around the world using this.
Yeah.
They write me, I check every single message.
I love that.
Yeah, and what else? Sometimes I do peelings, like very light peelings.
Yeah.
I don't like doing injections.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think, it can,
Move
I don't
around.
know how, it will move somewhere.
It can migrate, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I just try to be supernatural. I also like doing ice cubes with chamomile and pure nice water.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and
All the beauty secrets. All
yeah,
the
like
beauty
it's so
secrets.
simple. Just you don't need to go for super expensive facial and spend a fortune. You just can do it at home. And also very important, detox in your body.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't drink alcohol, and I eat a lot of nutrition and good
Yeah,
food.
you get enough good food that you can
It comes,
get.
yes, it
Yeah.
comes, and I do every week is detox day, which is good for your skin. It's sulfur, Epsom salt.
Okay.
Yes, it's good for your gut health and good for your skin too.
Right. So for anybody who's, listening to this podcast and they feel like, they can't create, basically what you're speaking on, which is you have the ability to tap into kind of your higher self and be happy and not be so distracted here. What advice can you give people who, they just keep thinking, oh, if I chase more money, then I'll be happy. What advice can you give them to kind of figure out their purpose and get aligned with what their assignment is here on this world?
Feed your faith, like be more spiritual, build your relationship with God. Number one advice. Because we have anxiety because when we're overthinking kills happiness. So just trust the process, trust God, and be your best. Bring out like the best of you, the best qualities.
Yeah.
Be kind, be generous with your spirit. And when I say be generous, I don't mean be generous with your money or presence, which is also good. Building healthy, long-lasting relationships.
Right.
You need to invest in relationships. You need to genuinely care about people.
Wow.
So, and education. Become more knowledgeable.
Yes.
Every day, be more knowledgeable. And even if you cannot afford a coaching or God, like there are so many on
things.
YouTube. You just open YouTube, it's mind blowing. There are so many lectures, podcasts for free. Just do notes.
Always be learning.
Yes, learn. It's like you said, I loved it. It's never enough learning.
Yeah, it's true. I think that's part of being here is like evolving as humans, which comes with learning and educating yourself every single day to become like the bigger, better version of you.
Yes.
And ultimately, who are you going to impact?
Yes.
Well, your story it's incredible, and I can't believe you've only been here 3 years, and literally, even though you started over, you've done quite a bit in 3 years. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show. Now I'm going to invite myself to be on your show. I'd love to be on your show
now you're
as
gonna
well.
Be, I invite you to my
yes,
podcast.
I love that. But you guys, if you're listening to the show and you're hearing her story and you're hearing that you don't have to be stuck with where you're at, and it all comes down to, I love how you're just saying being humble, being grateful, being
sometimes
in this
even
space.
being vulnerable. Dogs love me.
I know. It's like, that's my daughter's dog, Dory.
Oh, look at
Come here, Dory.
They have such a beautiful energy.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. But yes, you guys, if you're listening to this show, share the show, because that's why I do this show. I want to have you guys be impacted by what you're hearing and share it with your friends so that they also can feel the same impact. You've been amazing. Your energy's amazing. It's been so fun to get to know you a little bit more. And, you guys, like I said, check where can they find you on Instagram?
It's Karina Safarova Official.
Okay, perfect. And then tell us the name of your book one more time.
Transforming Lives with Love, Laughter, and Tears.
I love that. All right, you guys, so you can check out her book on Amazon is the best place to get it.
Yes.
Write her a review. You heard it.
It makes my heart warm.
She's the one personally responding to that. So I'm going to go get your book. I love reading books when I'm on vacation or when I have a little bit of extra time. And so we'll definitely share that here up on the show. You guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on another episode of the Danielle K. White Show.